This is TWiT.
And then finally, before we wrap things up, any Kiss fans here? Anyone into that old, aging 50 years ago Kiss band? No, apparently not.
The first pinball table I ever played was a Kiss pinball table.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
Moving here, but no, I can't say I'm a big Kiss fan.
I mean, I appreciate some of their music, but I wouldn't say that I'm a diehard Kiss fan. Anyways, why am I talking about Kiss? Well, they, on Saturday night, that was just yesterday, had their final performance of their End of the Road farewell tour. This was in New York City's Madison Square Garden. So apparently Kiss is no longer, why are we talking about this on a technology show? Because Kiss is going to be immortalized as they become digital avatars. And basically, the avatars are created by George Lucas's special effects company, of course, Pop House Entertainment Group, a collective that was responsible for ABBA's virtual concert, which I checked the prices on this virtual concert, and they're like, this is a pricey thing that happens, that is going all the time. And I don't know if Kiss's virtual show is going to be a touring show or if it's going to be a fixture, but it's just interesting to me that we're at the point to where, even when band members age out, they can create an enduring experience of their show that's based on them. And I don't know if you, Benito, have the link to the ABBA virtual concert, but there's a video in there, a video player in there. If you hit play on this and then just, imagine that it's Kiss, but it's also ABBA. Like this was the first time that I watched a video like this and it was like, okay, I've heard about virtual avatars doing, shows like during someone's show, they bring up, like Michael Jackson or something like that. It always sounded really cheesy to me, and it still kind of does. But if you're in an environment like this where it's really set up for that experience, I can see this actually being really cool. Like this would be a really interesting way to, keep the dream alive, keep the Kiss alive. What do you all think? Is this cheese or cool?
Obviously my first reaction is to think, why would I want this? But then I think about myself and the fact that I go to these like Taylor Swift nights where they just play her music. And I remember the first time I told my sister that I was going to one of these, she was like, so you got dressed up, went somewhere, we're really excited about it, took all these pictures, posted them on social media, and Taylor wasn't even there. And so when I went to the actual Taylor Swift concert, she was like, will Taylor actually be there this time? Because she sees how excited I get for things where it's like the artist isn't actually even there. So imagine if there is this virtual projection of the artist that you love and know. And you see this with the Taylor Swift concert movie, for example, people are in the theater, dancing and having a good time. Yeah. And that's just a normal movie theater screen. So if it's something immersive like this, of course, nothing will replace being able to see the person live on stage, but not everyone has that opportunity. And as artists get older and they can't do that, then this could be, a logical replacement for that.
Well,
I totally agree.
Yeah. Sorry, Tim, go.
I think, yeah, sorry about that. No. I also think it's probably, if in some ways a less depressing thing than seeing, the same band that's been on tour for 30 years and just getting progressively slower and maybe a little bit more off tune each time. To see a band in their prime, even in a digital way, might be a more satisfying thing to do. And, there are a lot of bands that I listen to that I'll never have the chance to ever see live. And so it would be interesting to be able to have that experience, even if it were a virtual experience. But yeah, I'm not sure that it should cost as much as a real experience. And so I think I agree with you there, Jason. I'm surprised at how much these things cost.
Yeah, I think that was going to be my comment. It's cool, and I think that it's kind of fun, but there's got to be a limit for me for the price that I'm willing to pay. And I think with the Taylor Swift thing, we saw that movie and it was very popular, but the price point was very good for a lot of people. And it's local, it's easy. So I do see this as really fun and why not? You can see a lot of different, it's another form of entertainment. And so it is kind of cool, but I think the prices of concert tickets are very expensive. These should be a fraction of the price, and then you make it up on the beer price, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. Yep, exactly. The price is really, really high for the ABBA experience. I think it was something in the $150 range or something. And I don't know. But then at the same time, if you're in a room like that video, they're obviously in an auditorium that is designed for that. So there's a whole light show that's surrounding them. It's a very immersive environment. I think also in that situation, you need a room full of people, because if it's just like 10 of you there, maybe not nearly as exciting,
I think on a similar side to this, I tested a virtual concert experience, but it wasn't really a concert. It was like one person performing almost like a private show for you, like in VR. It was I'm trying to remember the artist's name, but it was really interesting because it was very well done, super high production value. Azar Larson, and it's this company called Amaze VR, and it was really impressive. I mean, just sitting there, it was like a 15-20 minute show, but it was like almost like it made me realize that will be another form of entertainment where you will pay $20 to watch a VR concert that is for you. It seems personalized for you. And of course, you'll be able to watch concerts that are also in VR. So I think there's just so much entertainment just continues to evolve. And being in that concert hall with, when I went to see Taylor Swift, it was like 70,000 people. And, we were so high up, and like, what are you doing 99% of the time? You're looking at that screen that has them on, you're watching TV inside a shared venue.
Yeah.
And unless you're in front row, second row, whatever, that's kind of the concert going experience these days. Mm-hmm. So I think that there's a lot of play, a lot at play here, and a lot of potential for technology to change the way we see entertainment, but also not get rid of the traditional concert, but just, different ways of experiencing that.
Yeah.
And those conversations have really ramped up post lockdowns, because there was a virtual concert, and I think it's a very generous term, but somebody at CES during that one year that we were all locked down, it was 2021, had a virtual concert experience that I attended. And it was they tried, you're just like on your computer, and it's like there's little dots everywhere, and then the performer's on this little screen on your computer. It was trying too hard, I think. And I was like, I don't know why I would ever want this. If you're watching in VR, that sounds a lot cooler. But I think there have been all these conversations about what does that concert going experience look like with this obvious shift that we've had in terms of how we work and how we communicate with people, when we've realized that sometimes we just want to stay home.
Yep.
I think most of the time I would like to stay home.
Yeah, likewise. Yeah, I don't leave that couch. Yeah.
Except when you are invited as a guest on This Week in Tech. Then you
don't have to leave home.
That's
the best part.
Yeah, exactly.
You're still not leaving home. It's the best guest ever.
Why we're here, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey there, I'm Micah Sargent. Look, as a geek myself, I feel it's only fair if I admit something. We can be kind of hard to shop for. So what do you get for that geek in your life who has everything already? Well, a Club TWiT gift subscription, of course. TWiT podcasts keep them informed and entertained with the most relevant tech news podcasts available. With a Club TWiT subscription, they're going to get access to all of our podcasts ad-free, exclusive outtakes, behind the scenes and special content, and I love this, exclusive shows like my own Hands on Mac and Hands on Windows from Paul Thurrott, as well as the Untitled Linux Show. So purchase your geek's gift at twit.tv/clubtwit, and they will thank you every day.